Okay. So now I am going to be taking you through this question number 6, where we will go through that diagram and definitely the question. So diagram below represents the graphs of f of x, which is equals to a sine x, and g of x, which is equals to b cos x, for that same range of x is the element of 0 degrees and 360 degrees. Okay, so yes, we can see there, it seems to be clear. Then now, the first question being 6.1, what they want you to do is just to write down the values of A and B. Where are those? There. You need to be aware that A is for that one of sine x, and then B is the one for that. So this is the one for F, and then this is the function for G. That's how you interpret it to find out which function is for which. And then we know that that A value, it is in that position of the amplitude. So we can already see that for this one of F, the amplitude, or it goes up to 2, it ranges within that 2 and -2, something like that. So that line should actually be passing there. So if we then want to verify the A value, it has to be 2 because it is half of the maximum value, and the minimum value, it is that it ends up being half of 4, which is 2. So that means that A value is 2 there. So the function of F, it's the same as having 2 sine x. That one of G, we can interpret it the same way and say its maximum value for that one, it is that one over there, and then its minimum value, it is that one over there. It should actually pass there. Okay, so again, even that one, you can still say half of 1 plus 1, which will be half of 2. Half of 2 is 1. So that means that function of G, that one of G of x, it will therefore be equals to invisible 1 cos of x. That's how you should easily be able to work it out. Okay, then it's fine. So now they are talking about for which values, let's see, for which values of x will G be a decreasing function? G be a decreasing function. Okay, we look at G now and say, from that 0 going in this, are we increasing or are we decreasing? From there going in that direction, are we increasing or are we decreasing? Definitely we are decreasing until we get to that point. And then from that point, what does it do? It starts to increase up until there where it's going to change direction. So it is just at that transitioning point. See there, that is the transitioning point. So you see now, which part is decreasing, which part is increasing? This part, it is the decreasing part, because remember we interpret it from left to right, but this part, it is the one which is the increasing part. So the section where this graph, it is actually decreasing, it is between 0 and that 180. So it is between 0 and 100, that red section. So that is why when you write it, remember what I said about the decreasing. It just depends on how you write the between. You can still say x is the element of that 0 degrees and 180 degrees, something of that nature. Okay, so now what is the amplitude of F? How? The amplitude of F, we have just worked it out almost. Looks like this question is repeating itself. The amplitude of that, we have worked it out. That's why they even give it 1 mark. Okay, what is the range of G? Also that one indirectly we have worked it out almost. The range of G, maybe they just want to see if you know how to correctly write it, that range of G. It will just depend on how you write it. And the range of G, where you can say G of X, it doesn't really matter that much. You can say it is between -1 and 1. Or you can write it in that format of the element of, for the range, it is those corners. You start with a smaller value, a bigger one after. Yes. And then now they say for which values of X is f of X, when you minus it by G of X, your answer will be 2. Just erase this because this is an important question. Definitely an important question, and chances are high that you may find that it's not an easy one, because you need to look for a section whereby the difference between the y value of F and the y value of G will give you that 2. The difference will be 2. The difference will be 2, positive 2. Let's see. This is the graph of F at that point, going down all the way up to there, being up to that one of G, because this is f of X. That graph, it is the one for f of X. And that one there, it is that one of G of X at that point of 270. So it already looks like at where X is equals to 270 degrees, that is where the difference will give me 2. And where else? Wait, what about this section? What about that section there? Because there is that difference there and then that one there. So let's try and prove it. So which function is f? This is the one for f, and then that one there, it is the one for g. So f of X at that point, it is -2. And you need to minus it by G of X. G of X at that point is 0. The answer that you get there, it gives you -2 and not 2. So that one cannot work. But we are looking for where you say a y value of f of X, you minus it by y value of G of X, and the difference must be +2. So for that one, it doesn't give +2, it gives -2. Then that's not what we are looking for. So it looks like it is only at where X is equals to 270 degrees, whereby that's where we have f of X minus G of X being equals to 2. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. I'm hoping that you did enjoy all that we have covered up to this point. Trust me when I say anything that comes after all these lessons that we have done, it is actually an expansion. So all that we did, it was just an introduction to these type of problems. So When you get to now grade, the next grade, that's when you will find that now things are becoming more difficult. But trust me when I say, if you have understood all that we have done, you will be fully ready for your exam. Because these lessons, there will be revision for the other grades, but for you, might find that you need to make sure that you master all that I have covered. So I think I'll just leave it here and wish you all the best under this topic and say, until